All right, let's do this. About to take a nap instead of going live. So this might be only a really quick one. Let's try to get the business stuff out of the way. I've mentioned before that somebody suggested to do a Twitch stream, and I did look into it, and I did try to figure out whether it was right for me. And the I can't even get this algorithm to work for me. Why would I expect Twitch to be any different? And I am not a woman, and I don't have those types of perks or whatever. Even I don't even know if that is a perk or not. But it's I'm not a gamer. I do play video games, and I play a lot of video games, but I kind of suck at them all. So I mean, like, do people really want to see somebody who sucks at games? But yeah, one of the suggestions that was thrown out there was to do Minecraft, and I hate it. I don't like it at all. I have done Minecraft for a little bit. I was invited to a few things. It's kind of boring. I don't like the graphics. I don't know why anybody's even, you know, somewhat enthusiastic about it. Working with blocks is just, I guess it's because it remains small and you can have it there. But I'd rather have something with a little bit better graphics. I started up let me bring the microphone a little bit closer. I started up Final Fantasy 14 account, and got my character up to 50th level, but I'm not even all that. It's I know I sang a song about grinding all the time, and with WoW, but me, I freaking hate grinding. I hate grinding. I hate repetition. I hate all of that stuff. It's the one thing about video games in general that I kind of despise. The creativity, the imagination, the storytelling aspect of role playing games. When somebody says that something's an RPG, I'm thinking it's a role playing game, but really it's not. It's an interactive whatever, but it's definitely not role playing. You are not, yes, you can design your character, and yes, you can, use cosmetics and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just the same old boring crap that you're doing over and over and over again. I mean, it's just stupid. I don't mind watching it. I especially like when there's conversations going on and stuff like that. When I play video games, I am more involved in what's going on in the video game than I would be completely useless in the conversation aspect of it. So live streaming me would be completely ridiculous. A few years back, I guess I can call him a buddy. I'm gonna call him a buddy. A buddy of mine, who's a gamer, very good at gaming. Um, he also does not like to talk. Is you know very self conscious of his real life self, I should say. Made me an offer because I was going to be starting up a YouTube page, and like so, this is a while ago when this first happened. And what we were going to do is I was just going to basically provide commentary with him playing the game, and I was going to pretend like I'm playing. And I stink at the games anyway, so like if ever I was actually called out on it, I would always just say I'm a lousy gamer, like I am. But when he was on, I would basically be his surrogate, even though I'd still be playing as me. Um, there's a name for it. I forgot it. When really good gamers pretend to be bad gamers and they pretty much hustle people. I wasn't really looking to hustle. I was just looking to have fun and just kind of goof around. And, I could have a chat. I could have a team. I could have, all those things I could be a part of while I pretend to play. Um, it is what it is. We I was going to, release this as a surprise about a month and a half ago on the world because it's one of the reasons why I was thinking about switching to Twitch. But I was going to release this on the world, and we were going to do this. Again, the only reason that I'm, even have my page going is because of the pandemic ruined my birthday. And now it looks like the pandemic's ruining that plan. I have been hesitant, and it's probably one of the reasons why I've been kind of like a little irritated, a little upset, a little frustrated because this was supposed to basically boost me to where I could earn, a somewhat of a living doing this. Because right now I have to do this part time. I am working more than full time at my crappy ass job, and I have to do this part time. I can't dedicate, my free time is very, very scarce right now. And with real life issues, that I don't, that don't deal with work coming up, I have to deal with those things as opposed to, setting aside the time. I can't set aside my work time for this. If I was earning enough money, and I'm not talking millions of dollars here. I'm just talking of, not even 100,000, just enough to basically get my bills and keep my head above water. If I had that, the time that I'm now dedicated, especially driving to a lot of the places I go to, because some of them, the drive has just been basically burning me out, it's destroying my car. I have to put my car in the shop tomorrow again to find out what's really going on with it. The fix that they did before when the car broke down is basically just keeping it running. But we're going to try to figure out how to just fix it, fix it good and fix it right before more problems happen on down the road. with that, like those things going on, that like tomorrow I'm probably not going to be able to even stream or do the things online. But like I said, if I could dip into that time, that that time alone, um, obviously if this was my my income generator, obviously I would dedicate more time to it. But yeah, just even half the time that I spend, because I probably, um, yeah, I probably spend right now and all the streaming that I've done so far compared to work itself. I'm probably about at a fifth, maybe 25%, maybe a quarter, but it's probably closer to a fifth. A fifth of the time I spend doing this. If I could ramp that up, um, even doubling it, and you know, maybe it's even more, but maybe tripling it. Um, I I I would have a lot of free time on my hands. I would be able to get all the things that because the time that I'm now spending, streaming. Like I said, I was going to go take a nap because I'm crashing, and instead here I am streaming because I'm like I gotta stream, and so I'm dipping into what could have been a nap, to basically recharge the batteries a bit. And like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to do this, so we're just going to go on. But yeah, so I don't know if it was going to launch. I actually thought that um, my parody um, that I wrote for Nux was going to um, bring in bring in a lot more people, and it failed. I thought that then you go down the road, go down the line of what I've been doing. My connections, my because the thing that I here I am talking about, like how I want people. And yes, it's easy to get bodies. I can definitely get bodies. I can turn this into a complete rotation where people are coming in all the time and looking at it and just basically doing WTF and leaving as soon as they get here. I could have hundreds of thousands of people. I mean that there are ways to do that. I mean, people make videos that in less than a week's time that they've already become monetized. There are ways. There are ways to do that. There are ways to make that happen. The problem with making that happen is that the connection, the connection to the people that you're reaching out to, isn't there. Now I'm in a situation where it's the connection that I'm making is just I'm trickling in, and I'm not getting not getting very much exposure. I mean, the exposure that I'm talking about is getting over 100,000 views a day. I don't even think that I have 100,000 views total. All the views, everybody who's come in through my site, I don't even think I have 100,000 views total. And yes, I only need 1,000 subscribers. Yes, I only need 4,000 hours, which, let's be realistic. I'm going to be realistic. The number of subscribers I have does not equal the number of hours comparatively ramping up. And I only have 26 subscribers right now. But the 26 subscribers, if I ramp that up to 1,000, my hours viewed won't be 4,000. And without it being 4,000, it falls apart. So, I don't become monetized. And if I'm just breaking into the monetization, I might lose my monetization the next month. So I might gain monetization 1 month and then lose it. And it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You already see how much I get pissed off at freaking one stupid troll. Can you imagine me like with just a thousand stupid trolls running through here and just disliking and bots coming through here? I mean, I get bots too. How many times do I have to delete somebody sending me to a dating ad or something like that on my site, on my non-existent, only 100 or so people see my site. Yeah, I mean, I think and 100 people in a month see my site. I think my record for the number of people that have seen my site in 1 month is 250. It's not a lot. It's 250 people. And I need to get to 1,000 in order to become monetized. So my aspirations of turning this into a money generator is next to zero. And yeah, people have, like I said, there are definitely methods. There are definitely ways. The suggestion for what game to play, because people come into Twitch looking for Minecraft. But do I want people interested in Minecraft when I have zero interest in Minecraft at all? I don't like the game. Why would I play a game that I have no interest in at all in order to gain people who do have that interest? That thinking just doesn't compute. I'd rather build slowly. I'd rather have the people come in who are going to stick around. And as far as the people that see my and the people those 100 people that I was talking about, up to 200 and something, 250. Of those people, those are people that at the end of a video, they give you a suggested. Most of them come from there. I'm very fortunate. Those people find, that's why I don't have clickbait. I don't do clickbait. I give exactly what I say the video is. I don't prop up my singing for the, because that's mostly where they come in through. They don't come in through my other stuff. I don't prop up my singing as, I am a great singer. In fact, I clearly say that I'm not a singer. And, it all is what it is. And thank you, whoever's watching right now. It's awesome to have you. But yeah, I don't want to become monetized because it's really difficult to say. I want to become monetized so I can quit my job. I don't want to become monetized because I want to do this for money. I want to do this the way I do it, how I do it, and just enjoy it. And if it does earn money, so much the better. But all these tricks and stuff like that and all this basic, I think it's just bullshit. To gain people. I'm like, those aren't the people I want. Those are not the people I want viewing my channel. Like I said, I have one stupid troll bot, coming through and disliking all my videos. That's somebody who I wish never found my site. Literally, that's how frustrating it is, because it's the most ridiculous and stupid thing in the world. Why would you just come in, sit around for 4 seconds, not even hear me speak, and click dislike? It's the stupidest, it's the most stupidest program that somebody has ever written. Because now, because I'm starting to think that it's a bot because of how the timing of it and everything else with it, it means that it's basically just geared. Somebody has it from their site, and all they have to, they can just keep logged in, and every day they check my site to dislike the video. That's literally what it does. And, to have that much hate and stuff like that, I mean, definitely the programmer is a person I don't even want to, let alone, I hate the bot. It's frustrating. But I got to live with it. Obviously, there's nothing I can do. But the person who programmed it, like, that's a person like I want nothing to do with. I don't even want to see that person. And if it's not a bot and it is a person that literally that's all they do is come in through my site and to click dislike, that's even worse, because what a evil, spiteful person you are. And if you're proud of that, if you're proud to be that, stay away from me. I don't like you. Don't even want you near me. That was probably the person who came in real quickly. That was probably them. It's 2:30. I mean, that means that they're early. They usually come around 3 o'clock. But yeah, and it could have been somebody else. I appreciate people coming in and seeing things and stuff like that. And I'm sorry that I'm ranting about this, stupid shit. And I have to find that the people who like the stuff, the people who, and just so you know, if somebody came in, watched the videos, and even for a little bit, and they found that this isn't their taste, obviously they don't get what I'm doing. So that's fine. And then disliked it, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But, disliking the unscripteds makes no sense to me. Why would you sit yourself through 15 minutes of this video? Like, the first 15 minutes of this video is not even, you get nothing from it. That's why I'm keeping these things unscripted. So then you have to go into the loud noises. So then I say, well, why would you stay for 4 seconds? And, if you listen for 4 seconds and you say, this isn't for me, stop watching my videos. I mean, like, I understand it's not for you. I've let the secret out. It's not a secret if you really want to know the truth. I'm doing something. All my videos are connected. There's a connection to everything. It is kind of a get to know me, a kind of like where I would go into, how I would, go against my comfort zone. I'm going to take risk. These are the things that you're going to see if you watch more than one video, and you'd have to watch them all the way through. The endings of I would actually suggest, if you saw an unscripted and you watched to this point, I would say skip to the end, because the end of the video is where that's where I, come to conclusions and, wax philosophically, make jokes, usually at the end. Sometimes I prepare a joke, but I'm usually just I'm just kind of still warming myself up, even though this video is probably half over by now. But even jumping to the end, you're going to miss something. What you're going to miss, I don't know. I don't even know. That's why this is unscripted. Unscripted is meant to be here. I leave it all raw for people to view and, you know, get what they want. And I've taken 2 videos so far out of it. I did an edited, well, not edited, I critic. I'm thinking about saying I'm my own best critic or my own worst critic or something, titling it something like that. And it's about me going through the non-copyright claimed karaoke's that I've done. And those videos will give you a sense of, like, you know, I want how I actually feel about my own songs. And I'm not nice about it. I'm not nice about I'm very critical of the songs. See, this is where a lot of people I think in arguments and fights and however you want to put it, I think this is where everything goes awry. This is where you know who's your friend and who fucking hates you. I mean, or at least I do. That's how I tell. I tell whether somebody likes me or dislikes me. I disagree with people all the time. It's fine. It's fine to disagree with them. I mean, in fact, I'm almost a strong proponent to disagree, because when somebody disagrees with me, I'd like to know why. I'd like to know what built that up, how strong their argument is to keep their opinion, and whether it's enough to change my mind about my own thing. Because everything that I have, all my opinions about things, everything, right on down. There is not one opinion that I have about something. And like I said, it's an opinion, my opinions, but my opinions are based on something. They come from somewhere, they mean something, and they have something, you know, they have a reason for being. When people attack my opinions, I don't take that personally. I understand that my opinion might go against your belief. Most of the time they get into heated arguments because the opinions tend to be I feel that people's opinions are racist, are ignorant, don't have a path forward. They are a problem, especially if they deal with hate, as opposed to a solution. And I think that people need to have opinions that lead them to or are the path to a solution to whatever problem that is going on. If your opinion is just exist, it's why I feel about religion the way I feel. What their belief is tends to just exist, tends to exist in a vacuum, tends to exist with nothing to hold, nothing concrete. It's almost always based on hearsay or 2,000-year-old text or 10,000-year-old text or even 200-year-old text or 10-year, if you're getting into some of the newer age stuff, 20 years, whatever you want to say, whatever, of a creation of an opinion, but nothing based in fact and how it works and how it worked for them and what drive them forward. Now, religion to me keeps you in whatever state that you're in. All religions do that. All religions are very good at taking people who have lost their way, don't have a direction, and here I am, a sense of self. All religions, if you were looking for who you are, religion offers who you are. My opinion about that is that that's not you. That's who the church wants you to be. Good person. If you do not have a good heart, if your heart's not in the right place, and you spend your entire life in piety and your entire life in even doing doing your penance, your entire life, walking the path of the Bible, without having a good heart, it's all, to me, it's all for naught. Why would you want to go to a heaven where you're going to have to spend the rest of eternity being good? Heaven that's not the end goal. It's to become part of yourself. And you have to meet these, the way it works is you have to meet these criteria to basically earn your spot in heaven. But what the fact that you make mistakes and you're human and stuff like that, it's your heart. It's how you treat others. It's how you feel about others. It's that hate that brought you to the religion in the first place, and you hold on to it the entire time, and you've never let it go. And why would you think that hate belongs in heaven? Do you think that after you die, all these things would magically disappear? That who you are really would change so that you can get into heaven? So my philosophy, not definitely not the religious theologies and everything like that, has nothing to do with them. They believe that you need to walk these paths, and that eventually you'll have a good heart, and that when you have the good heart, you'll get into heaven. But life itself is not guaranteed. So they try to trick you into believing that if you start on the path, even if you don't complete it, you'll still get into heaven. So that's how they keep people kind of afraid of death, but not at the same time. That because people die all the time in silly ways. I'm of the belief that you need to know who you are. You need to know your heart, and how you treat others is how you treat yourself. So if you harbor hate, if you harbor distrust, if you harbor racism and segregation and crushing people, even the people that do you harm, because for me, I am the person who does the most harm to myself. My actions, the things that I do, I'm the biggest cause of it. Lots of other people might think that they rent space in my head, but the truth of the matter is that I am that nagging thing that I rent in my head, that rents all the space in my head, and they're just an excuse. It's all an extension of me, all me. And yes, it's very egotistical, very narcissistic, all that stuff. It's all of those things down the pathway. But I believe that when you can actually empathize with how you want to treat others, that love that religion talks about, the golden rule, all those things. Jesus came up with the golden rule of love thy neighbor like thyself. That's what you should do. They tell you that stuff, and then they get into all this other crap about who you should hate, why you should condemn people, why you should judge, why you should, make lots of money. It's money. I've made money. I think that I was the least successful when I made money. When I was making a lot of money, I think I was an empty person, because that's all I was trying to achieve. And now now I need money to survive, which is, I think it's a little bit different. That now I need money to survive, which is the reason why I do something that I don't like to do. And I definitely think that I'm a lesser person because I have to do these things in order to get what I want, which is, but as far as having more than that, more than being secure, I don't need it. It doesn't serve any purpose. Give to Rome what is Rome's. I mean, like, I can quote the Bible all day long, and that's why these things exist. I think that the way it's taught is so bad that you start to believe that whatever happens after you die is the goal. Now, what you're building, how you're building here on Earth, should be the only focus. Worrying about what's going to happen after you die happens. And I'm unstable. Yeah, so this is going to probably be really funny. I don't know how long I should wait. Yeah, it went away. So yay! So if I sputtered a little bit, I'm sorry, but that's that. I tend to not talk about politics and stuff like that a lot, because one, I've delved too far into it, and I did not like what I saw. And it's there. It does not. Neither one of those things I feel enriches my life. For people whose lives are enriched by religion or politics, I can't tell you what to do. And neither should they. Remember that. You should tell you what to do. You should find out what's good for you. And even though I've called religion a crutch, and I've called religion all sorts of things, I'm only speaking for me. Only speaking for me. I do not know how it affects you. I do not. I respect whatever decision that you want. I personally would rather see you find who you are deep down, and your spirit and your opinions and all those things, so important to you, instead of losing sight what having somebody else's opinions and following that because you think that there's it's a greater good. If it's helping you survive, I say do it. You know, I'm not a proponent for people who have to be on medication. I don't like medication personally, but there are people that need it to survive. They need it to live, to have a life worth living. Why would I tell you to stop? If that's what's giving you, that's what's helping you, become a productive member of society, if you want to say that. But that's helping you move forward, and for that, I totally understand. It's like people who are diabetic. If you need insulin, take your freaking insulin. I mean, what can I say? I don't like it. I don't like the vaccine. But the truth of the matter is that I feel that based on what the science says, based on everything else that they're saying, that vaccine is not only going to save my life, but it's going to protect others, especially those who can't take the vaccine, who don't, I had the choice to choose whether to take the vaccine or not take the vaccine. There are people who cannot take the vaccine. They will probably die if they take the vaccine. And those people I want to protect. Those people, and now with the Delta virus raging through, if they get the Delta virus, they have a much greater chance of becoming violently ill because they can't be protected. People who get blood infusions, people who have brain problems, lung problems, kidney problems. These are people, and then of course the young, which I know they're trying to get a vaccine to help protect the people, help check the children under 12. And I hope they do. I hope they get it, because I mean, how horrible is it that, they're, being under 12 years old, they might live 60, 70 years, 100 years. They might live to 100, there could be 100 years. And if they get the coronavirus, COVID-19, they could spend the entire rest of their life, 100 years, with breathing problems, kidney problems, heart problems, brain problems. And that's not fun. This isn't fun time. And yes, people have the choice, and I think that people who choose not to take the vaccine, if they can't. I mean, like I said, I understand. Start calling it vaccine hesitancy. If you can, if you are worried about the vaccine, speak to your doctor about it. Find out what's going on with it. Find out if it is compatible with you before you get it. That's something that people don't say, and I totally understand. If your doctor says that you can't take the vaccine, it's not that you're refusing. It's just that you do not have the choice, and that I understand. That's why I got the vaccine to protect you. I don't really. I am protecting the people who are anti-vaxxer, but it's like that's my protection of them is just this, because they aren't willing to protect not only themselves, but they don't want to protect me. Why would I care about people like that? Again, they don't have the choice of getting the vaccine. I would like to be strong for them. And yes, the people who refuse, who choose not to get the vaccine, and the people who can't have the vaccine are equal in the sense that neither one has the vaccine. But that's the end of their equality. I put my mask on. It's been well over 2 weeks since I've had my second dose, and anytime I go into an enclosed space, I wear a mask, always. It is what's recommended by the CDC. It's what scientists are saying. I'm not a scientist. I'm going to listen to the science, and that's where it seems to be best. I wash my hands all the time still, and they haven't even been really mentioning that. But those are the things that matter to me. But like I said, I walked in the store, had my mask on, and a guy came up to me, and he was probably about this close. I mean, to the point where I could have actually hugged him. I could have just put my arm over his shoulder like this. That's how close he was to me. That's way too close. I don't like people. Before the pandemic, I don't like people, especially people I don't know, anywhere near me. 6 feet is close to me. So somebody coming right up to me, like we're not checking, you don't have to wear your mask, because on the store it had vaccinated, no mask, vaccinated, mask not required, to me, and told me that I could take my mask off. And the first thing that went into my head is, you're not vaccinated, and you're walking around without a mask on. This is why I have to wear a mask. This is why people who've been vaccinated need to wear a mask, because the unvaccinated think that somebody's saying there's a way for them not to wear their mask without getting the shot, they're going to take it. And that upsets me, It angers me. It angers me. Like I said, I would call it selfish, but it's like they hate themselves so much. You hate yourself so much that, or you hate others so much that you would put yourself in harm just to make sure that you harm them. That's hate on hate. You hate other people, so now you hate yourself. You'd rather have because somebody else might have more. It's such bad thinking. And like I said, when people discover who they are, it's not that we all become the same. We are definitely not the same. But I guarantee you that if somebody really discovers who they are, who they are as a person, guarantee it. I have not witnessed it yet, but your hate for others or your worrying about what others do goes away because you're focused in on you, on what you can accomplish. You're taking your inventory. You're meeting your goals. And the people you don't like, based on the color of their skin, or people might be instrumental in you reaching your goals, whatever they are, whatever the you have. Why would you cut off a resource to meet your goals? Why? Why would you harm somebody else so that that your life is less? Like I said, I have not met a person yet. I've met people on their journey hold on to hate and stuff like that. Amazing when they have to let it go. Self-discovery, they're always going to worry about what other people have and what other people do. And they'll forget that they're doing stuff. And so letting go of how you interact with other people or judge other people or try to take away from other people or a lot of people call it salvation, and they're helping these people see the light. That's not just, I don't think that is definitely anywhere close to a path to salvation. If somebody's asking for help and you give it, totally different. If they need a little Jesus in their life and you're there to offer it, so be it. But just so you know, there are millions of people of faith that they could turn to. Millions. I could probably throw a rock and hit at least one, just randomly, right now, from my window. Somebody who is of faith. If they want it, it's there. And if they want it, they're asking you for it, please do it. Do whatever it is your faith requires. Business. What else can I say? Stop harassing these people. Your morals, your belief are not theirs. Funny that the real savages when the colonies came over here weren't the natives. The real savages were the invaders, the colonists themselves. Horrible. Came into a system that was working. The natives of this, indigenous, if you want to call them, whatever, but however they got here to North America, however they traveled here, North, South America, all over, however they got here, they were here and they were working with the land. and some of their the things that they did, the colonists thought these people were savages. I mean, like think about with the Salem witch trials and stuff like that. Like how much faith works. What happens when you can interpret? Not built, nothing built on facts. Nothing. The faith itself isn't built on any facts. I mean, and people can argue like, oh, Jesus was a real person, but was he? There's been no proof. Still no proof. And I know that, that happened, and they wrote it down, they documented it, and I personally think that there probably was a guy who helped out, and had faith, and I definitely think that whatever he represented, what the faith now we have, is not based on what he actually did. I think he might have even been crucified. And this whole bullshit about wanting people of Jewish faith to somehow apologize for killing a member of their faith who broke the traditions and the laws. Because that's where everybody gets kind of mixed up, because they think that, oh, they sent Jesus to death for a reason, for no reason. Because they felt threatened. And the truth of the matter is Jesus broke their laws like any criminal. Jesus would have been seen as an animal, like most people see people in jail or ex-cons right now. You wouldn't have thought he was the son of God, of Yahweh. God made flesh. You wouldn't have thought that. No, you would have thought like they did at the time. Here's a threat. He's breaking, he's breaking our laws. And even if now scholars um, acknowledge that he was a prophet, it doesn't change the fact of what was going on back then. It's amazing, and because that's happening, now. where you know, the truth is hiding for some people. Um, so much so that they they can't let go. And they would rather wash. They'd rather burn this country down. Than actually do the work, the hard work. It's not where where the Democratic Party or the GOP is today. They got a they got a hill to climb to get back into being a party that works. They've been coasting on hate for so long that they don't even know what it would be. They can't even see their own party without it. That's why they're holding on to 45 so desperately. But 45 has become, he's a Christ figure to some people. They have faith in him so much, and it's unearned. He has done nothing for them. The people that stormed the Capitol building on January 6th, he's not protecting them. He's not helping them at all. He didn't protect them when he was still president, and he could have. But he doesn't care about them. And there are still people that were there on that day, still holding on to the fact that Trump is going to become their president again. And they don't want a president. They want their dictator. They want their living God. 74 million people. And they tell me that democracy survived. I think that there were 74 million Americans that wanted to see democracy die. And that's a lot. That's a heck of a lot of people. And yeah, a lot of people have said that a lot of Republicans have basically turned on the party since then, especially because of things like January 6th. But it's still 74 million Americans thought that Donald J. Trump after 4 years of his bullshit, after 4 years of just nonstop, to the point where I couldn't even watch it anymore. After 4 years of breaking the rules, 4 years of freaking, doing this whole misogynistic thing where everything was about all the things that were about him, um, that he was basically just grabbing more and more power. They when Biden became nominated for president, that I was like going, I can't wait because then this will finally stop. I thought it would stop, but we did not have a peaceful transfer of power. We have and the fact that we didn't have a peaceful transfer of power is the only reason that when they say democracy, um, democracy is just barely alive still. And it might even be on life support. And at any moment, democracy could die. That's where we're at. Enough of America, enough of the United States